right, I'm adding this to my Southwest. So our flight was canceled. Our return flight from Phoenix to St. Louis was canceled because we're gonna get a major snowstorm in St. Louis. And so you can rebook a flight online pretty easily, but I have a companion and it's an extra step. So when I rebook a flight, I have to actually talk to a person. Only had to wait 10 minutes, got a hold of someone, called me back, and I was able to rebook for me and my husband. We always pay for early bird because we like to be in group A. We were not able to get early bird because I did not realize you have to book early bird 36 hours in advance. And so since it was rescheduled for a flight that's in less than 36 hours, they could not give me early bird. I just have to do the old-fashioned way. You know, you check in 24 hours ahead of time. So say my flight leaves at 6, tomorrow is 6. I have to be on the phone and quickly check in, and hopefully I get in group B and not C. I'm spoiled. I usually pay for it and not worry about checking in. Now I have to worry about checking in. But I did get a refund from the other early bird. And I don't even know, and this flight might not work because the storm is still happening that day, but it should be done by noon and we're flying at 6 p.m. So hopefully they're keeping the airport clean. I don't know. I know. See, we've never had this happen. I mean, weather happens, and right before we left, like the day we left is the day that they started predicting this storm. And I know like all my family is like, you're still going? I'm like, okay. Yes, because it was, well, it wasn't that, they are always wrong in the past, but the other thing was I'd already checked in, and once you check in on Southwest, you don't get a refund. My hotel, less than 24 hours, you're not getting a refund on your hotel, not getting a refund on my convention fees. So yeah, we took a chance, and unfortunately, I mean, I won't even say unfortunately, because I'm not really upset about staying another day in Phoenix. We have a pet sitter taking care of our cats. Everything's good. We just get another extra vacation day. It's just...
It's just ain't no vacation.
Okay, it's not a vacation. It's a business.
I'm stressing how big time this shows.
It's business for Robert. But for me, I am only bummed because I love the snow and I'm missing... I don't get to see the snow. I would have loved to be home and record to the snow. But oh well, things happen.
It's business.
All right, Southwest canceled our flight again. So the first flight, when they canceled it like more than 24 hours in advance. This flight, they let us check in and they only canceled it like 6 hours in advance. So that was a little disappointing. I thought for sure this one was not going to be canceled. And luckily we like actually before they canceled it, we were kind of figuring they were going to. So we booked a second flight for first thing tomorrow morning. Honestly, the Southwest app, it makes it so easy to book, especially when I use points. And so we booked the second one before the first one was canceled, because when you use points, they have a really good policy that you get a full refund of points as long as you cancel, like, was it 10 minutes before the flight leaves?
Yeah.
That's really generous. And so we're like, you know what, we're gonna take a chance.
I had to use my own points for this.
He had to, oh yeah. He had to use points instead of the companion pass, because when they add companion, you get stuck in the queue and there would have been a chance the flight would have sold out before I could add him as a companion. So we did have to use points instead of a free flight, but we just weren't willing to take the chance of calling, because they're overloaded with calls right now because everyone's flight is being canceled. We just weren't willing to take that risk for the free flight. So it's using up points, which is fine because, you know, his points, we haven't used his points for 2 or 3 years, so they had built up. I would have preferred to like keep them, of course, but again, we weren't willing to take that risk to get into the Southwest queue and get that flight, because there was only like 2 spots left when we booked it. So it was like quick. So yeah, we didn't actually spend money, but we did spend points, which is money in a way. And so yeah, I'm happy that we were able to get that second flight, but I am disappointed with Southwest that it was like, they really waited until, I am glad if they would have waited any longer, we would have been screwed because we were getting ready to check out of the hotel. We were getting ready to return our rental car, and it would have been a pain in the butt. But since, you know, 20 more minutes, we would have been screwed. So luckily we were able to extend everything. And yeah, I will check in tomorrow morning, and hopefully we will be at the airport. It leaves at 6 a.m. and hopefully we'll be back in St. Louis tomorrow at 10 a.m. when originally we should have been home at 8 p.m. tonight. So what have I learned from this is, like, I'm never flying in February again. Never. Most people, well, I don't think of February as winter, but as I get used to Missouri weather, apparently February is winter. We don't get snow in December. We get it in February. So no.
Even with it not being St. Louis, you could be flying from California and your originating flight's flying in from Utah, and Utah has a terrible storm.
Yeah.
Then your flight gets canceled there too. So you could be in the prettiest, perfect place in the world, and you're still going to get canceled. I mean, that's where we're at. You know, I mean, you would think, why would a flight be canceled? You know?
Lesson learned. I mean, we are learning a lot about traveling because I fly a lot. And I was talking to my sister. She's like, "Have you ever went through this before?" No. And we've flown in February before. It's just a weird snowstorm. We have flown dozens and dozens of times. This is the first time we've ever had a canceled flight with Southwest, with any airline. And we've had a couple delays where we're at the airport and we're sitting waiting to board and it's delayed by an hour. That's it with Southwest. But you know what? You travel enough, odds are not always in your favor. So anyway, that's just, I'm adding this to my Southwest video, and yeah, hopefully we'll be home tomorrow. All right, it's just like at home. The kiosks are not working and there's no one here. So I should have thought of that. It's just like St. Louis. There's no one working till 3:30 and it's like 3:20. So we all have to stand here for 10 minutes. That's how it is in St. Louis. I just didn't think about it. We had to return our rental car at 3 anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, just stand around for 10 minutes. All right, C, we're on C, honey. Okay, so they did get there at 3:30. And by that time, there was a lot of people there. So you have to wait. They can't like hit a switch that turns all the kiosks on. She has to like turn each kiosk on separately. So if you get there before the kiosks are turned on, just stand in front of the kiosk. There's no line. I mean, people try to make lines, but no one follows it. Just stand in front of the kiosk until she turns it on. And we dropped our luggage off, and our flight has already been delayed by 30 minutes. Yay, fun travel day. I can tell already. All right, we're at gate C, and they're not even open. Oh my God.
This is exactly like it.
Is it? So you think the gates don't open until 4? All right, so here, don't be at the airport before 4 a.m. There's no point. Are there any seats? No, everyone's camped out like they're sleeping. All right, so there's a lot of people just like sleeping. So I assume this is what happens if you have a canceled flight and you don't have a hotel. You sleep at the airport. I would have. If it would have been canceled a lot later and we'd already checked in, yes, I would have slept at the airport. But they canceled before we left our hotel, and so we were able to stay in our hotel. All right, first time I've ever been A1. And then also they gave us a drink coupon. I'm not showing the whole thing because it does have personal information on it. But when I printed my boarding pass, I printed out this drink coupon. 1 coupon equals beer, wine, or liquor. Never had that before. I'm assuming they're trying to make up for all the delays.
Maybe that just comes with it.
We've never had it printed. Oh, okay, you know what? I'm sorry. Robert has a very good point. We did pay extra points for Business Select. So he's saying the coupon is for Business Select, not because they're trying to make up for the weather delays, which makes more sense because they don't know who's been delayed or whatever. So all right, Business Select perk. I don't know. Is a 6 a.m. flight too early to use it? I don't know how to see.
No, it's not. We're using it.
Robert says we're using it. We're having a beer, wine, or liquor. If they have Bloody Marys, I'm all over that. All right. we got through security pretty quickly, even though there was a large crowd. So they did have a pre-check line, and they actually were turning people away because 3 regular people got in front of us, tried to go through the pre-check. And I don't think they were doing it on purpose. It wasn't, it was kind of like a mad rush because everyone's in a hurry for no reason because no flights leave for 2 more hours. So I don't think they were trying to like purposely do pre-check. They just got pushed into the wrong line because they weren't paying attention. And they turned them away. So I thought that was interesting. Because I'm pretty sure at other airports I've seen security just wave people through. So good job, Phoenix. Sticking to those pre-checks. All right, the plane is here. I don't know if you can see it in the background, but the flight has been delayed another half hour. So that puts it now an hour behind. Completely sold out. There's 1 person on standby, and then there's a whole line of 6 other people waiting to talk to the agent. I think they're trying to get on the plane too, so it's a madhouse, total madhouse. I think because, you know, everyone got their flight canceled, so everyone's just trying to get back to St. Louis. All right, so the reason it's been delayed is because they said there's only 2 gates open in St. Louis, and so they have to stagger the planes. And the reason this line up here of people are freaking out is because half the plane, they have connecting flights in St. Louis. Their end destination is not St. Louis. And so this delay is making them miss their connecting flights. And these people are trying to figure out what else to do. So yeah, a lot of these people, St. Louis is not their end goal. And then I mentioned earlier that we got that drink coupon for alcohol. Technically, I don't know why they gave it to us because they quit serving alcohol during the pandemic, and so you currently cannot get alcohol on the plane, and they do not resume it until February 16th, and today's February 4th, so hopefully there's no expiration date. Save it for a future trip. Alright, I was the very first person under the A group. There was like 10 pre-boards in front of me, but I didn't realize, I guess I've never paid attention, the TSA agent specifically said pre-board people are not allowed to sit in the emergency exit aisle. And because I'm always afraid the pre-boards are gonna take my desired seat, which I don't think is fair because if you're handicapped, you shouldn't be in charge of opening the emergency exit. But they actually enforce it because when I was trying to walk back here, the lady's like, "Are you pre-board?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Okay, you can sit there." So I'm like, cool, they do enforce that. So yes, we got our emergency exit 2-seater. This is a full flight, so we don't have to sit next to someone. And we get the extra leg room. So yeah, this is our preferred seat. Even though like technically I could have been like in the first row, it don't matter when we get off the plane because we all have to wait for the same luggage, you know what I'm saying? I like this emergency exit aisle.
Alrighty, folks, on behalf of this flight crew, Southwest Airlines would